Okay students, welcome back to our class. Today we are going to continue with the next topic of the chapter, our forests. Till now in this chapter we have studied about meaning of forest, importance of forest, types of forest. Under types of forest you have studied there are 5 different types of forest and they are evergreen forest, deciduous forest, thorn forest, mountain forest and mangrove forest. Now kids, when you study this chapter, we have also studied the importance of forest. That how important forests are for all of us. Even they are considered as the lungs of the nature, right? So, it's a responsibility of one and all to save the forest. And thus, today we are going to discuss the topic, Save Forest.
So, let's discuss why forests are important for us.
Forests. They are home to 80% of life on Earth. From the deepest of the layers to the top of trees' crowns. Forests are the heroes keeping our planet healthy and us alive. They are a barrier against erosion, landslides, and avalanches. They give us fresh air. They clean the drinking water in our rivers and they attract the rain we need to grow food. Forests cover approximately 30% of the world's land area. They are our future. They are our natural wealth. They are a very important resource for us. And yet, we are not treating them well. Nowadays, people are cutting trees continuously, and this is called deforestation.
Now, let's talk about causes of deforestation. There are two types of causes of deforestation, and they are human activities and natural disasters. Human activities such as agriculture, urbanization, and logging. Although growing population leads to increase in deforestation because people need more materials which are produced by trees. Another cause of deforestation is natural disasters like wood fires or forest fires. Deforestation has a negative impact on environment such as global warming, climatic changes and soil erosion. The most dramatic impact of deforestation is decreasing the number of species because of losing their habitats. However, there are two different ways in which we can save forest, and they are afforestation and reforestation. Let's begin with reforestation. Reforestation is the regrowing of forests that have previously been cut down. Reforestation is an effective mitigation strategy to fight global warming. In addition to benefiting the climate, it helps to protect important species of animals. Reforestation helps to rebuild habitats and degradation, which are leading threats to the health species. It includes the process and establishing a desired forest community on a given society. It can also help humans to address world hunger issues and deal with water usage and availability. Now let's discuss about some challenges of reforestation. They are: reforestation is an expensive process. It is difficult to plan and it needs expert guidance, and it is time-consuming process. So let's talk about the second step, and that is afforestation. Do you know what afforestation is? Okay. Afforestation is the process of establishment of forest where there was no forest. It is done by planting trees or sowing their seeds and caring continually until the trees grow collectively as a whole into a forest. Afforestation is the process of planting trees or sowing seeds in a barren land, devoid of any trees to create a forest. It is important because it helps check the overuse of natural resources by providing an alternative source pool. Now question arises, what is the need of afforestation? So kids, as the deforestation and global environmental issues due to industrialization are growing more seriously, there is an urgent need for the mankind to resolve them. So we need afforestation. Now let's discuss about some advantages of afforestation. It grows trees that provide wildlife habitats. It increases the supply of timber and charcoal. It helps resolve the problem of climate change. It helps prevent soil erosion, tourist attraction, we can increase greenery, it will avoid desertification, it increases content in oxygen in environment, and it provides wood in future for furniture. So that is all about afforestation and reforestation. Now let's begin with environmental movements in India, or you can say the various movements which have been started in India to save forest. We will begin with Chipko movement. Have you ever heard the name before? Okay. Let's discuss. Chipko means tree hugging, as the villagers hug the trees. The name of the movement comes from the word embrace, as the villagers hugged the trees and prevented the contractors from felling them. It was primarily a forest conservation movement in India, came to public attention in April 1973. In the 1970s, an organized resistance to the destruction of forests spread throughout India and came to be known as Chipko movement. The original Chipko movement was started around 260 years back in the early part of the 18th century in Rajasthan by Amrita Devi. Now the question arises, why Chipko movement? Means, what is the need of it? The forests of India are a critical resource for the livelihood of rural people throughout the country. These forests have been increasingly filled for commerce and industry. If the Himalayas are not saved, all of India will be turned into a desert. Fodder will not be available. There will be soil erosion and landslides. The Chipko movement was started to prevent the cutting of trees. Chipko movement aimed at protection and conservation of trees and forests from being destroyed. Now, the question arises, when did Chipko movement start? In modern India, Chipko movement started in April 1973 in Uttarakhand's Mandal village in the upper Alaknanda valley. Soon it spread to the other Himalayan districts of the state. Can you guess who is he? Yes, he is Sundarlal Bahuguna. Born on 9 January 1927, is a noted Garhwali environmentalist of Chipko movement leader. The idea of Chipko movement was of his wife and the action was taken by him. As all the movements have some slogans, the slogan of Chipko movement was Ecology is Permanent Economy. Now what were the results of this movement? It leads to ban on cutting the trees for the 15 years in the forests of Uttar Pradesh in 1980. By 1981, over 1 million trees had been planted through their efforts. It generated pressure for a natural resource policy which is more sensitive to people's need and ecological requirements. New methods of forest farming have been developed both to conserve the forest and create employment. The Chipko is still working to protect the trees today through the same non-violent methods. So kids, this was about Chipko movement. Apart from there, some other movements to save forests were also there, like Apiko movement, which was started in southern India in 1983. The next one was Save Silent Valley movement in 1978. And it was started in Silent Valley, which is an evergreen tropical forest in Palakkad district of Kerala. Next one we have Jungle Bachao Andolan, which was started in 1980s in the Singham district of Bihar. And Narmada Bachao Andolan, which was started in the year 1985. So kids, these were some of the movements which were introduced for saving forest. But as we had discussed in the beginning of the video, that it is the responsibility of one and all to save forest. So, even by sitting at home, you can contribute a lot to save forest. Can you suggest me how? Any guesses? Okay, let's see how you all can save forest by just sitting at your home. How to save forest? To save forest, save paper. And for saving paper, you can switch your use from more use of paper to go digital, which means go digital with your bills. Because when you save paper, you will save forest. You can even save forest by replacing the use of plastic bags with recyclable bags. Kids, you all will be having a cloth bag at your home, right? Or you can even make use of old cloth to convert them into bags and you can use them. You can even reuse gift bags. What are these? Yes, these are different glasses which are made up of paper, and we make use of them in parties, for going out picnics, right? So instead of using them, you can make use of cutlery. Forest can even be saved by replacing the use of paper napkins by cloth napkins. In these ways, you can save forest even by sitting at your home. This was all about save forest. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.